Okay, so not to brag, but about a year and a half ago, I made a video about reviewing Bridgerton Season 1 and everything that I liked about it, but also some of the things that I had an issue with and some of the things that they needed to fix in Season 2 in order for it to be basically perfect. And, they've just gone and done everything that I told them to do. So, am I responsible for Bridgerton Season 2 being great? Probably not, but I'm going to say that anyway. Jokes, or maybe not joking aside, hi everybody, welcome. Today we'll talk about Bridgerton Season 2 and why it's just so much better than the first season. And the first season was great, so let's get into it. So, Bridgerton Season 2 has started streaming on Netflix. What the hell is Bridgerton Season 2? Well, it follows on from its first season, where Daphne Bridgerton had to basically find a husband because it's a weird, like, wife-finding championship summer season Victorian weird thing. Yeah, it's a bit messed up when you think about it. But, so basically in the first season, Daphne gets married to the Duke and chaos ensues. All of, like watch the season, it's actually pretty damn good. Season 2 follows on from that, where it's Daphne's brother, which is Anthony Bridgerton, who is sort of like the leader of the house. It tells this quite wonderful story of unexpected love, awkward situations, and has this sort of like layer of mystery under it, but also has this quite interesting and important layer of women's rights and that whole movement, which was super important. So you can probably guess what happens. Anthony does eventually find whoever he wants to marry, but like there's sort of like drama entwined there. I don't really want to spoil it because it's actually a really good narrative, which I'll touch on later in my review. But yes, go watch it if you don't want any spoilers or whatever right now. So why is Bridgerton Season 2 so damn good? Okay, first off, they fixed the cinematography. This season is shot so much better than the first season. The first season was what I described as just their cinematography, as in they just sort of captured what was in front of them. They didn't really think about how it should be shot, or basically it was just a bit boring. There was no style there. It was all sort of substance, which isn't a terrible thing. And sort of the drama genre, especially TV, does sort of have this like natural documentary style shooting. However, Season 2 is so good in how it's shot. Each character has different sequences and it's shot in a stylistic way. Like Lady Whistledown is shot so cool, especially in like the first episode. Like there's Dutch tilts and there's the color grading is amazing, especially on these sequences. And there's like different music and the cinematography is just better. It is better. And like there's sort of like shallower depth of field in this season, and they've definitely put more effort into the cinematography. So, you know, maybe I do know what I'm talking about. Possibly. No, probably not. But it also doesn't do anything too technical. Like it sticks to like reality. There was something that they touched on in a documentary behind The Mandalorian, and in that Jon Favreau and Bryce Dallas Howard touched on reality and not pulling off camera shots that wouldn't actually be possible, because those sort of shots take the viewer out of the reality. It takes you out of the piece of media because you're like, that's a weird shot. That's just all CGI, right? So yeah, Bridgerton does this. It like understands that it's a Victorian show, so it needs to be quite grounded. However, it's not boring anymore, which is so great. And again, Dutch tilts. Dutch tilts are amazing. And on a weird note, what else they've improved this season? It's going to sound weird, but there's less sex in this season. It's more mature and not using sex and nudity as its selling points. The first season didn't really sell itself on the narrative or quality as a product. It basically just sold itself as not being afraid to show nudity and just sort of like it's all about the sex and the drama, which is fine, but it's not really, it doesn't feel right for this product. It feels like they wanted to be this high quality production, but at the same time just couldn't find a way of doing that. In season 2, they've really strapped back all of the sex and all of the nudity, and there is in some places some of that. However, they very much focus on the writing and the narrative, and I'm just in a bigger favour of that. I think it's much better this time around. And said narrative is actually really excellent. It's really well thought out. It's got subplots which are actually important and actually are interesting. With TV shows, a lot of the time, I find myself being like, can we just cut back to the main plot? I don't care about these side characters. However, Bridgerton Season 2 makes me care about those side characters, and like, that's really impressive to do, because it's really hard to have supporting characters that are interesting and that you want to see more. Like, I would love a season just on one of the subplots of this season, which is great. So, they acted upon all the advice I gave them in Season 1 to make Season 2 good. So, what should they do in Season 3 to make it even better? Well, I had one issue with this season, and that's that everything was finished and tied up far too quickly. As in, we had this sort of drama, especially within a friendship in this season, where it was like, bam, like, huge amount of drama, and then season finished. Like, it wasn't even like it wasn't left on a cliffhanger. They literally just didn't really talk about it. It was as if it didn't happen. And I'd very much, like to explore that conflict in Season 3, but also would like to see them in Season 3 not tidy everything up at the end. Very much leave us some crumbs to sort of nibble at and want to see in the next season. Because I have no idea where they're going to go in Season 3, which, on one hand, is good, but on the other, I would like it to tie in with Season 2, sort of. Everything just seems a little bit too quick and convenient for my liking. So, the creators of Bridgerton, thank you for watching my first video. Thank you for watching this second video. I hope you act upon my advice. I don't know why I'm carrying on this joke. Like, they're obviously not watching this video. So, in conclusion, Bridgerton Season 2 could quite be one of my favourite period dramas of all time. It's pretty, the conflicts are amazing, the narrative is equally as good, everyone's acting was on point, the outfits and the aesthetic, top notch. And I was absolutely, like, hooked in, like, 10 minutes into, like, episode 1. I found myself just binging the entire thing because I really wanted to watch it. So, it's a really good season. Watch it if you're into that sort of thing. I really shouldn't have had a cup of coffee before making this video. I feel like I'm really hyper in this video, and that's not the vibes I usually give off. However, I'm feeling so much better, like, mentally, that I'm making videos again. So perhaps I'm just sort of, like, really energetic. I'm really sorry. Thank you for putting up with me. Anyway, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Thank you so much for all the support, liking and commenting. I hope you're doing okay. Hope you're staying safe. I guess I'll see you sometime soon. Solo video, the video I've been promising for ages, will be coming out after this one, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, so I'll see you all later. Oh, and can you do me one more thing before you go? Can you have a great day? Thank you.